Hey guys, welcome to the fourth Halo 3 map modding tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be making semi-automatic weapons fully automatic and vice versa. And the first thing that we want to do is basically just make this Magnum fully automatic. And right now it's semi-automatic. So if we go ahead and just hold down the trigger for our Magnum right here, we'll see that it only shoots one bullet. Yep. And we just want to make it so that when we hold down that trigger, it will just continually fire. So we're just going to go ahead and scroll down on our Magnum until we see new triggers. And under new triggers, we're just going to want to change this behavior property right here. And right now it just says latch. And latch basically just means that it's semi-automatic. And we're going to go ahead and change it to spew. And spew means that it's fully automatic. So we're just going to change it to spew right there and then just go ahead and poke those changes. So now when we hold down the trigger of our Magnum, we should see that it's fully automatic. Yep, but it shoots kind of slow. So if we want to make it shoot faster, we're going to have to scroll down until we see barrels, and then we're going to want to change the fire recovery time. And remember, fire recovery time is the minimum time in between each bullet shot. So if we make this lower, so if we make it like 0.05, it will allow more bullets to be fired in a shorter period of time. So we just poke those changes, and now when we hold down the trigger, we should see that it shoots much faster. Yep, very good. That shoots pretty darn fast. Alright, so what if we want to make this assault rifle semi-automatic? And right now it's fully automatic, so if we just hold down the trigger for our assault rifle, it obviously shoots a lot of bullets. Yeah, there we go. We don't have to tap it each time we want to shoot a bullet. So we're going to want to change it so that it's semi-automatic and it only shoots one bullet each time we hold down the trigger. So we're just going to go ahead and go down to weapons, and under there just go ahead and select the assault rifle. And we're just going to want to scroll up until we see new triggers, and then we're going to want to change the behavior from spew to latch. So currently it's fully automatic, and we want to make it semi-automatic. So we're just going to go ahead and change it to latch so it'll only shoot one bullet each time we hold down that trigger. Let's change it to latch and go ahead and poke those changes. And now when we hold down the trigger, it only shoots one bullet right there. But if we tap that trigger really fast, it shoots pretty fast. Well, what if we want to make it so you can't shoot it that fast even if you tap that trigger? Well, what we're going to have to do is just change that fire recovery time. So we're just going to go ahead and scroll down to barrels and make there actually be a fire recovery time. And right now, there is no fire recovery time. So if we make the fire recovery time like 0.3, that means that no matter how fast the player hits that trigger, it will only allow you to shoot one bullet every 0.3 seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and change it to 0.3, go ahead and poke those changes, and now no matter how fast I hit that trigger, it only shoots that fast. Alright, so that's pretty much it for changing if your weapon is fully automatic or semi-automatic. But let's go ahead and look at the other behaviors right here. And under behavior, we see that there are spew and latch, obviously, and then there's like 1-latch, 2-charge. And let's go ahead and look at this for a minute. That basically just means that if you just continually hit the trigger, it is semi-automatic and will just shoot like, I don't know, a plasma bolt, for example, from the plasma pistol. But if we hold down that trigger, it will basically just charge and then fire like a big projectile. And let's go ahead and look at that plasma pistol right now. So under plasma pistol, we see that it is indeed 1-latch, 2-charge. And like I said, that basically just means that when you tap the trigger, it's semi-automatic. When you hold down that trigger, it will just charge. And what if you want to make it so your assault rifle is the same thing? So if you hold down the trigger, your assault rifle will charge and then shoot a rocket or something. And you can't do that. And that's because there needs to be a chunk for each projectile fired. So there needs to be a chunk for when you just hit it semi-automatic, and there needs to be a chunk for when you hold down the trigger and it charges. And you're probably wondering what a chunk is. And a chunk is basically just two things of the same that have just different properties. So let me just show you a quick example right here. So here we just have two chunks. We have chunk 0 and chunk 1. Now, they both have the exact same properties, just the value for those properties are different. So they both have weight, size, and name, but the values for those properties are just different, and that's exactly what a chunk is. So if we just go ahead and change it to this other chunk right here, we just see that some of the values change. So it's basically the exact same thing, only it has different values for its properties. And like I said before, we need to have a chunk for each projectile fired. So we need to have a chunk for when you just tap that trigger, and you need to have a chunk for when you hold down the trigger and it charges. And there is no way to add chunks. So unfortunately, we cannot make it so that our assault rifle will shoot semi-automatic, and when we hold it down, it will shoot rockets, or like charge to shoot a rocket or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. So see you guys.